So, let's see what Arthars has to say about Final Fantasy creators or people coming over. I think this is more directed at people coming over to Final Fantasy from potentially like WoW and other games. I'd imagine, if I had to guess, it's probably about the community being a bit too pushy. I've had a couple experiences myself with people like that in the YouTube comments. I've had a couple people in my stream chat being a bit pushy. Play the game how I want you to play it, and the foreshadowing and the fun facts. Okay, so let's see what he has to say. That would be my guess because there's picture of Asmongold in the thumbnail, right? All right, let's go.
When you guys asked the question earlier, right? Is the 14 community blah 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 like that? You see, for Asmon, somebody who played WoW his whole life, somebody who have seen it or even done it, never shy of static conspiracy and controversy. Even he come into the game and within 3 months he sees what he sees and he backed the fuck out. That tells you everything you need to know about the 14 community.
I'd just like to say I'm 8 months in. And I still love the community. 99% of the community I adore. The 1% though, you need to do better, okay?
Serious. I am not on my own turf. You motherfuckers are exactly what you motherfuckers are. And if you are part of those people like that, you should be ashamed of yourself. But don't take it too hard. Because we all know that. That's why we know how to Monka steer. That's why me, Zeno, some of us know how to Monka steer away. That's why we are still here playing the game. We just filter it out. A lot of people can't. Let me give you one example. You guys know the...
I'd like to say that I think I'm pretty good at filtering out. However, it just takes like that one comment sometimes. Like I can filter out, again, 99% of it. Not the 99% that's good, but like of the bad. So there's 1% that's bad, and of 99% of that 1%, I've got a pretty strong, like, thick skin. I can filter out and be like, stupid idiot, shut the hell up, you goddamn dork, scram! And then there's, like, that one comment. There's that one comment where I'm just like, fuck you, dude. Like, when people just, like, start blabbering and they just accidentally try and, like, they accidentally, like, spoil things, or maybe they're intentionally doing it just because they're like, I get it, a lot of people want to be passionate, and they just, like, over-talk, and, you know, they end up spoiling shit. I've been pretty good at like censoring myself. The very second I get the faintest whiff of someone going like, well, actually, when you look at this, and I'm like, skip comment. I like to read every comment on my YouTube videos, and I like to read every message in chat. But when I get a message that's like, well, actually, there's this mechanic later where, and I'm like, nope, stop it. I'm not there yet. Why are you telling me this? Most of them, though, I laugh at. Like the one I posted in Discord yesterday. Like some guy was like, I'm not watching someone with highlights in their hair and a nose piercing. Bleh! Like, and then at the end of the message, by the way, I hope you enjoy FF, though. Like, bro, I don't want you to want me to enjoy FF. If you're going to judge me that hard, if you're going to be like, I will not watch the video regardless of how good it is just because of how you look, fuck you, get the fuck out of my channel, okay? Like, that kind of shit I just find funny. But it's when people, like, I don't know, people do it in, like, the weirdest ways. The comments that actually get under my skin is, like, people that, they're not even trying to get under my skin. They just can't read a room, and they're just completely, like, don't get, like, any kind of, like, social cues or something, right? How good are you at not getting one guide? I literally have something on my wall above my monitor that says, don't get one guide, to remind me not to get one guide. Sometimes, look, everyone gets one guide sometimes. There's been times when we've been having, like, a good discussion, and someone will be like, oh, can we stop talking about this? And there's, like, 50 people who are actively engaged in discussion, but I read the one guy who doesn't want it to be, who's like, let's move on. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, fair enough, good point. But actually, I wanted to keep talking about it, and probably the people in the discussion wanted to keep talking about it. But I do get that there is times when you definitely do need to move on from a topic, you know? Nobody wants to hear you talk. We're here for Arthars. Shut the hell up. Fuck you guys. All right, I'm going to continue it. I don't remember what he was saying. All right.
Still here playing the game. We just filter it out. A lot of people can't. Let me give you one example. You guys know the wizard. You guys notice that I don't talk about the wizard much, but that doesn't mean that I don't watch the wizard.
Who's the wizard?
That doesn't mean that I didn't see the wizard clip here. Let me tell you, you guys saw the wizard. You guys saw how the community supported the wizard. That is step one. Let me show you this. The FF14
The
community cycle
Talk to
of
me.
life. Step 1, always welcoming at the beginning.
True.
Step number 2, going out of their way because they are just so damn bored to help you, to welcome you, and to make you feel as like one of them and do anything they can to make you feel good. This includes...
All right, that is true though. That is true. So like I had obviously like when I first jumped in the game, I had a shit ton of people come in and they were like doing anything and everything for me, with me, everything. And I still think I have a good core of those people that stayed, and I have a good amount of people that want to play with me. So I kept a pretty, I think for me personally, I kept a pretty sizable portion of that. For other streamers, maybe less people are like showing up at their like events, dungeons, wanting to queue with them, do the trials, this and that, this and that. I think I have a pretty good amount of people that still want to do that, and I'm very grateful, and I feel kind of blessed that I do. In a way, I feel like I kind of played my cards right as well to encourage it, or not manufacture it, but like, yeah, encourage it, I suppose. But I imagine for some people who aren't as like personable, maybe, I don't know what it is actually. Maybe I'm more personable. Maybe I make people feel more welcome. I don't know. Like I think it's a two-way street though, right? But I can see why after like a while, when like it's like getting a new toy. Like when you play with the new toy for a bit, you're like, all right, you know, it's the whole you know, the Toy Story, like I'm done playing with you, and he like chucks Woody in the trash. It's kind of like that. And I definitely had like a viewer fall off, but I still think we like stabilized at like a decent rate, right? I'm forced to be here. No one's forced, but you can't leave. All right.
I'm really damn parade. Guard of Honor. Number 3, wants to join your party and help you clear everything. Number 4, clear
I still get that.
most EX trials and then Savage for you. Now, this is where the line gets drawn.
Okay. I would like to think that I don't get stuff cleared for me. I take pride in that a little bit. Like, I try to take people that I know haven't done it, and I try to make sure people aren't feeding me strats, so they're not clearing it for me. Probably there's like a couple things that people just do, like, and I don't notice, and it makes something smoother. But I really don't want the clear for Russ. Like when I do my first ultimate, I'm gonna take people who haven't cleared the ultimate. I'm not gonna jump in a 7-person clear for Russ party and be like, look guys, I did UCOB. I'm gonna be like, grind it out. I want to learn UCOB. I want to learn it with other people. I want to, as effectively or ideally, I want to take people that haven't cleared any ultimates, and it will be my first ultimate kill and 7 other people's first ultimate kill. And we all did it together, and it's a collective achievement. I want to be like on that same level, you know, ideally. Whether or not it will go that way, we'll see in time. Check back here. And come comment on this video and tell me I'm an asshole and I'm wrong in however many months it takes me to do that, okay?
This is the typical Final Fantasy XIV
Clear for Russ. No C4R.
Here comes the red line. Now that the newcomer has done the above and decided to deviate and path his own destiny. Number 5, they watch you nick, join statics, and tackle content they themselves cannot do. They start to get mad, angry, and jealous. Step number 6, start to call you out for being carried and having privileges and talking your community.
Is that gonna happen? Oh no, maybe I'm literally at this point. I think I might be at this exact point. I think maybe this part just was like long. It's just been very long for me, you know? Probably it's because I'm taking my sweet time with the game. Streamer privilege. Yeah, dude, I haven't quite got this. I'm just at this point where I'm like not joining statics and I'm tackling the content myself, but with other people that I feel like, you know, that's why I make my rosters for Savage with other people that haven't done it, so that we're learning together and not getting carried. Like I'm specific about not getting carried because I don't like getting carried. It's not because I don't want people to call me carried. I couldn't really care, to be honest. But it's more that, like, I personally don't find it fun to get carried, you know? I think you've done yourself a huge favor by posting and doing Savage Heronsword raids and doing them prog on stream to separate you from most. Yeah, I think there's quite a few things that I do and are quite unique to my stream. The way I play the game in general, like I don't take it quite as far in the direction of masochism as Sai does, where he like wants to solo cook everything. But that's just not my cup of tea. I don't find that fun, to be honest. But learning with other players and I want to get like offer people a place to get into raiding, right? So I want to take people who aren't traditionally raiders but have always been like, I wonder what raiding's like. I wonder if I could get into that, and then give them a safe environment to try it, right? Like I try specifically when I make the statics for the savages, to like take like a couple people that have raiding experience, a couple people who have like almost none, including myself, because I have raiding experience in WoW, but I don't have it in FF, so I wouldn't call myself like a FF raider. I call myself a WoW raider, but I think a lot of it translates. And then like 4 people who are just like somewhere on some kind of spectrum in between. And then I just be like, cool, we're in a safe environment. You know, I'm not gonna rage at you. You're welcome to talk. Don't feel bad about talking. And let's try and overcome. Like, let's try and get to a common goal together. Let's try and overcome a boss. Feel free to say your opinion. Nothing's wrong. Everything's in good spirit. Criticism is welcome. You know, all that kind of stuff. And I don't think you'll get that with a lot of statics, especially with a lot of like streamers running their thing. Because a lot of streamers are like, I'm in a rush. I want to get this done, you know? And I have like a very small essence of that where I have like a vague time schedule I want to keep to, but I'm not going to like kick people's ass over it, you know? Yo, Tank DZ, Old Mythic WoW Raider, I raided an FF, there was a learning, adjusting period of time. Yeah, I think I'm the more I do, the more I'm adjusting. And that I'm learning stuff as I go through these pieces of content, which are literally like 8 to 10 years old. Like I learned a shit ton in Coils, 10-year-old content. I'm learning a lot in Heavensward, 8-year-old content. Like the fact that I don't have, like, by the time I actually join my like first piece of actual current endgame content, I'm probably going to be shit tons better than your average player who's like just started the game in terms of like gameplay and like awareness and mentality and things like that. All right, let's jump back in this. So I am currently I'm still in the newcomer stage, apparently 8 months in. So yeah, I haven't really done much nitpicking, but in Alex I have started my nitpicking about like a couple mechanics which I thought were a little bit janky, but I haven't joined any other statics with random people. I think that's going to be an eye-opening experience when I join my first group with like people that aren't in the stream and people are just like talking shit and then like all chaos is breaking loose. I'm going to be like, what the fuck is going on here, you know?
Villagers and talking you and your community start telling you that you are a problem in their community and wants you to quit their game. This is the cycle of life.
That's kind of harsh.
That's step number 8. Strummer or newcomer is now enraged and quit the game. Never wanna do it. Play it again. You guys ready?
The loop. Oh, we're looping. We're looping.
Step number 8. Hey, Strummer, when you coming back to play FF14? This is the Final Fantasy XIV community. Accurate, right? This is where the wizard is right now.
When's Asmon coming back? Asmon, are you gonna play again? You know what? I saw a video like a few days ago. Asmon was like looking back on all of his like favorite moment. Like I think someone made a video of like Asmongold's Final Fantasy best moments or something, and he watched the video and he was like, you could see he was getting like so nostalgic. He was like, man, this was so fucking cool. Man, this was so fucking fun. God, I want to play. And like at the end of the video, he was like, I actually really want to play again. And I think the only thing was like he had that small voice in the back of his head being like, just remember what happened. And it's this. Hey streamer, when you gonna come back? And he just thought about this part. He was like, ah, shit. Yeah. Fuck Asmon. He only chats gibberish. He said one thing bad about my game. Fuck this guy. Yeah. After a certain point, that's when it starts to get to you, right? If it's like every day getting bombarded with it, I can just see like, it's like, okay, well, it's just easier for me to go do something else, right? Especially if you have a large viewer base like Asmon is like, okay, well, I don't actually have to play this game. It was really fun, but at the point when it's becoming like more downsides than good, like I feel the same way with like anything really. The good parts are like really good, but the bad parts are for like longer periods of time and just as bad. So like when you equal it all out, you're below like the neutral line. So you're in the negative as your resting heartbeat is like in the negative zone, right? So at that point, it's like, why are you continuing to play this game if you more often have bad times than good? But the good times are really good when you do have them, you know? I hope Asmund goes... I really do hope Asmund goes back, but I hope he does it after I've finished the game. So, like, in another, like, 2-3 years, I hope he starts the game up again, because I would love to watch Asmund doing FF stuff. Okay, what's this?
This is where the wizard is right now. This is where Asmongold is.
Oh, he's the wizard?
Now, this is where Rich is. Never seen yet in 2023. Now,
right,
if the wizard
Rich got
is
cancelled.
watching this stream, or if the wizard is gonna somehow get his hands on this footage, this is me telling
you probably have a tiny dick.
They know! How do they know?
Bro,
How do they know?
this is not becoming my new tactic. Let's continue.
watching this stream, or if the wizard
wizard
somehow get his hands on this footage, this is me telling you, tread very carefully. This is where destiny begins. You have now fulfilled the orientation. This is where you need to be very careful. What do you want to do next in 14? If you want to get...
What about the Lost Art guy? Oh, okay. The Lost Art guy, the wizard. Is the stream name the wizard? It's gonna be perfect.
Out of this game,
nice.
That's fine. If you want to continue into this game, you need to be very, very careful. Because this next step you take is gonna be whether you will continue to play 14 or you will not. It has nothing to do with how good this game is. If you have done this part so far with the help of the community, and if this is gonna be the reason why you are gonna choose to proceed forward, then you need to be very careful. If you have done this yourself...
Wait. That's partially me. You know in my videos that I've made on my channel and be like, guys, the community's so good, the community's so welcoming, the community's so wholesome. I stand by all that, by the way. I think I'm like halfway foot in that camp, but I'm also halfway foot in the camp of like, I just like the game. That's why I try to always like reiterate and tell you guys when I'm like, oh, by the way, I really like 8-man raiding. I really like this piece of content. I really like that piece of content. Like, I try and be like, the community is fucking sick, and I think that they like hold everything together. But the game by itself can stand up on its own, you know? So like the community and the game holding each other's hands, skipping forward in a nice patch of dandelions. Now that is top tier. But either like I think the community can stand on its own, but only for so long. But the game needs to be able to stand up for the longevity of a playthrough, right? Toxicity comes from difficult. Yeah, I bet so. Secret Spy for sure. Right now, I'm also like slightly sheltered to go on like what Secret Spy said there. I'm a little bit sheltered. I've only really played with chat, so I definitely have like my experience is more likely people are going to be nice to me because I'm the streamer and I'm the new guy and I'm the sprout. They're going to be a little bit nice to me. When I start throwing myself into content with randoms, I might experience like I might have some bad cases. Right now, I don't think I've had any negative interactions in the game itself. I've had a couple of like weird messages in my chat, but I've had like no actual in-game weird interactions. And that doesn't mean that I don't think they exist. It just means that I'm sheltered and I haven't got that far, or I haven't put myself in the position to potentially receive those, like, be part of those moments, right? You'll encounter your fair share of toxic people once you hop into high-end content. The passive aggressiveness becomes overly apparent. Oh, 100%. I think that's in every game. The thing is with FF, it's like, people are, like, toxic in kind of, like, ambiguous ways. Like, they'll use the auto-translate and be like, keyboard plugged in? Or something like that, right? Whereas in WoW, they'll be like, yo, you fucking idiot. Could you be worse at this game? You are dog shit. Vote kick. It's like slightly different in the level of escalation. It definitely will exist, but it's harder to get like people do it because they don't want to get caught, because they know that the game masters and the moderator team for FF will actually enforce their TOS, right? Yeah, aggressive versus passive aggressive, basically. Yeah, like WoW players aren't afraid to just be assholes. The thing I do respect about WoW players, I don't like respect it, but I respect that they're just like, I know I'm an asshole, so I'm just gonna be an asshole. Fuck it. Like, they don't give a fuck that they are an asshole. They're just like, that's me. Like, I respect that they own it, but I don't respect what they do. You know what I mean? Like, they could just be a bit nicer about it. Yeah, you'll know where you stand. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, yeah. Whoa, I'm just playing around. I seem to have misplaced my keyboard cord. Yeah, be a nice asshole. Like, this is my take on it. If you're gonna be an asshole, just be an asshole to your monitor. Like, give your monitor all the abuse that you want. Shout into your monitor. Tell them they suck. Tell them you're never gonna play with them again. Just shout it into your monitor, because then it doesn't actually get heard. Like, you're just doing it into a void, okay? You can still you can vent, you can take out your frustration, and then the person on the other side of the keyboard, you just be like, you just gotta bring yourself back down and be like, look, does it really matter? Is it worth me getting aggravated over this? Is it worth me being a dick? Is it worth me slowing, like, if I type to this person, it's gonna slow down the run. Then I'm gonna have to be in the run with this person that I clearly don't like for a longer period of time. Why don't I just suck it up, shout at my monitor, and just be like, I'm not gonna play with this person again? I feel the same way about people in real life. I go, it doesn't matter what they think of me or that I don't like them, because I'm just gonna willingly choose not to hang out with them anymore, or not to ever see them again, or not to do something with them. Like, I just be like, I didn't really like that person. I'm not going to tell them, oh, I don't like you, by the way. Or I'm not going to tell them, by the way, you should have done this to make me like you more. I'm just going to be like, not my cup of tea. I'm going to continue with my life. They're going to continue with their life. And it's just going to be that way. Yeah, just be civil. That's basically what it comes down to. Be civil with them. And then when the content is done, be like, GG's, and then just leave. Anyway, that's my take on it. Don't be mean to people. You can be constructively critical. Go out of your way to phrase it nicely. If they take it badly, that's on them. And scream at your monitor, not at the person. All right? Boom. Let's go.
That's fine. You don't owe the community anything. Your community don't feel like you wasted their time, or this player doesn't feel like you are betraying them. These players don't feel like you ditch them. Then that's fine. But if you have been doing this so far based on them, then you better be careful what you do next. Because let me tell you, what's next after Savage? We all know what's after Savage. After you do Savage,
Ultimates,
what's next?
baby.
That is where you cross the line. That is where they're gonna start on you. Who are you getting to do the Savage? Are those people that help you along the way gonna do it with you? Or are you gonna omit them because they ain't good enough? This is where it begins. This is where the cycle begins. Yo, this is...
So he means, like, when you know there's people who aren't good enough for the piece of content you're trying to do, and you try to avoid them nicely without telling them that you think they're not good enough. Pepe laugh. The smile. I'm sorry, Russ. No. Look, you guys have not... Okay, you guys have not been judged too harshly by me just yet, okay? Most of you guys... Look, at the end of the day, every piece of content we've attempted, we have cleared. None of you guys have sucked enough that we've been hard stuck in a piece of content, and I've had to be like, sorry, you're not good enough. Hopefully it stays that way. I'm going to try my very best to preemptively make sure that I don't end up in the situation where that has to happen. Okay?
So accurate. The holy... I think this could be my masterpiece. This could be the best pin I ever made. It's so good. I need to save it. I shall name it. The
It is a good
Cycle
picture.
Of life. Honestly, this is a bit of a cap. You have got examples of Preach who have a completely healthy relationship with the community because they never try to treat it like it's the one and only game. No. Because Preach have not crossed this line.
Preach has? I'm pretty sure Preach has finished everything in the game, right? Or am I wrong about that? If Preach has finished everything in the game and he hasn't crossed this line, then he's doing fantastic. I want to get to the end of the game and never cross the red line. That's my dream. I'm here right now. I'm at number 3 right now. 8 months in, I'm at number 3. If I can get to the end of the game and stay in this segment, dude, we are golden, baby. We are golden.
Preach is here. Preach stays here. Preach is very happy and content to be on the red line.
That's me.
Asmund passed the red line. Preach knows. Preach is not dumb. Why do you guys think Preach grew hair again? Why do you think Asmund is balding? Because Asmund crossed the line. Why do you think Preach is growing hair? Because Preach knows, and Preach is very
Do
happy
not cross
staying
the
on this
line.
line. Preach haven't reached the point where the community is turning his back on him yet. Preach is smart. Before they got listening.
Dude, that is such a good way to put it. Just gotta edge as close as you can to the line and then take it back a step. See, that's why I play the game nice and slow, guys. I bait you all in, and then I take a step back and I keep you here. I'm laying it on you until you're just so worn down that you're like, fuck me, man. Fine. I'm here. I accept it. I'm staying in the stream. Whatever. Stupid. This fucking guy. All of you guys that made it through this whole react segment are living proof of that. If you have been here since the beginning of the video and are still here right now, you're literally proving my point. You're just like, this fucking guy, dude. Oh my god, he can't watch a 7-minute video. Edge harder. No, you can't. I'm not going to do it if you tell me to do it. Edge me harder, Russ. Colossus. What a first message, by the way. Welcome in. Does it count if I went to the shops for half an hour and came back? Nope. Because that means you lost concentration. You were not gripped enough to the screen. Even the new chatters understand. By the time you reach Dawn Trail, there'll be a new community cycle. Oh, hell yeah, dude. True. We'll get all the new community in. Perfect.
Every big box for account. Wait, let me Google it. Check list of account. We suggest that you check all the characteristics to apply to you or your group. You may find that your assessment changes over time with further. Okay, let's assess
Wait,
it. The
is he
group
talking about a cult
on
now?
the living leader to whom members seems to display excessive, zealous, unquestioning commitment. Check. The group is preoccupied with bringing you. Check. The group is preoccupied with making money. Okay. Questioning, doubt, and dissent are dissent.
No hype trains, okay? See, this proves it's not a cult. It proves it.
Courage or even punish. Check. Mind-numbing tactics such as
questioning, doubt, and dissent are discouraged or even punished. It's not a cult. Do not question me.
Chanting, speaking in tongues,
shit, especially to Sky, you got me.
Group and its leader. Kind of. The leadership dictates sometimes in great detail how members should think, act, and feel. For example, members might never skip MSQ, never skip a single cutscene, and treat the MSQ as like the only content in the game, and Savage is cringe, and only Ultimate Raiders are 0.5% of the community. Check. The group is in.
That one was fire, dude. Skipper. Smudge. Skipper. Not even Xeno could compete with my pausing. Like, we've got to excel somewhere. We've got to pick a lane and just run with it. Excel in a section, right?
Abilities claiming a special exalted status for itself. Check. The group has a polarized us versus
the Ultimate Raiders
mentality, which causes
legend, by the way,
in the wider society. The group's leader is not accountable for any authorities. Check. The leadership induced grill feel. Yo. Actually, this applies to FF14 and WoW. I think both 14 and WoW are the.
Wait, what's I want to see the previous box, the ones he could take. Group has a polarized us versus them mentality, which causes conflict with the wider society. Okay, that is FF14 for sure. That's also WoW though. Sounds like the parcel to MMO culture. Yeah, it really kind of does. It's kind of accurate, yeah.
Leadership induced grill feel. Yo. Actually, this applies to FF14 and WoW. I think both 14 and WoW are the same. Every MMO. If you say every MMO in year 2000, I would say yes. Then we wouldn't have this discussion. Arthars Con is not a cult.
It's just MMO culture.
That's what a cultist would say.
Guys, we freaking made it, baby! We freaking finished the video! It's over. Ain't no way! What a video, Arthars. Thank you very, very much for that. I'm going to like and sub, and I'm going to click share and copy, and I'm going to post it in the chat. Alright, guys? Go give it a like. Alright? Go give him a sub if you had a good time. You're watching this. You enjoyed it. You made it this far. Honestly, if you made it this far, good fucking job. Because this one's going to be a long one when I edit it.